Okay, good morning, everybody. I've been working on this deck for like a month, and I finally found the best version. I'm still, of course, very early evaluating, but I think I finally found the best version. Wish thank you for the 26 months, and Perspiring Mike with the 23. Thank you. So let's rewind a little bit. It's rewind time, and kind of talk about how we got here. In Light, thank you for the 7 months. Are we doing well? I think that's how you say that name. Okay, so we started off playing an Unctus Affinity deck towards the beginning of All Will Be One coming out. That deck actually did pretty well. So the idea was you were an Unctus deck playing Riddlesmith and Ovalchase Daredevil, and we had a lot. And so those two cards that you loot a lot while you're doing your affinity artifact thing, and that was a good way to generate a lot of card advantage and play through a lot of interaction. Unctus was a card that was like very impressive in that shell, being like an artifact lord that's also a really big card advantage engine. And then someone in chat realized that double Fatestitcher plus Unctus is infinite loots, and with infinite loots you can and Ovalchase Daredevils to like actually turn those loots into card advantage. You can go Mox Amber, Thoracle to win the game. And what I always like about playing Fatestitcher or the Fatestitcher in the combo where Fatestitcher is tapping itself is that if you have a lot of incidental mill or loot like Imri, Unctus, Riddlesmith, it's not that difficult to get two in the yard over the course of a game. This was the first draft, and I felt like it had some potential, but it was definitely very linear, very fragile, and I wanted to look for a different shell. All week, like this last Sunday, I wasted so many play points on this version, Splashing White, for Esper Sentinel and Recommission. One thing I liked about this was that when you were digging with Unctus, you could find Recommission for Thassa's Oracle, and then one big issue is like all these other versions have had Imri. We'll talk more about Imri in a second. But Imri, like milling over these cards is like really nice, but a big problem is like Imri milling over your Thassa's Oracle. And so like you always have to solve that problem, like with either being able to recommission it back or Conjurer's Bauble back your Oracle, so that way you're not just unable to combo if you happen to mill over your Oracle with your Imri. This version was one I felt like had a lot of potential in theory. In practice, it was like very slow without like much cheap interaction, and ultimately like it just wasn't performing very well in my playtesting. However, I had one more shell to try it in, and it ended up being the best version. And so this is what we're playing today, and I'm very excited about it. I think that this version like really compensates for a lot of issues that the archetype has. It does come at some cost. Obviously, this is very similar to the Time Civ food deck we've played in the past, but if you're familiar with that list, the big differences are we've cut Imri, Bauble, Imri targets for, and then like Ledger Shredder for Steelseeker for Finale, Unctus, Fatestitcher. Imri would be a like really big slam dunk fit in this deck, but when I was building the list, the problem is when you play Imri, you have to play Mishra's Bauble. So like So for a while I had Imri over Manufactor, although I do think Manufactor is really, really good in the deck. With this, you just don't have enough artifacts in your deck to target with Imri. You would need to add also 4 Mishra's Bauble. Really, the only realistic cut to make that happen is Finale of Devastation. But I also think that like not only is like Finale your secondary Asmo enabler, because right now we just have Cookbook, like Cookbook and Finale are only 2 Asmo enablers, but also like Sarinth Steelseeker is much better when you play Finale. This is a lesson I kind of learned over the weekend, and is maybe why we're able to get here today. But like playing Finale just lets you Cookbook the most consistently. You have 4 Asmo, 4 Finale, 4 Cookbook, 4 Saga to get your engine online, which makes Steelseeker a truly ridiculous card. And Steelseeker is like an extra ridiculous card in this deck because not only is it able to like dig and bin your Fatestitchers, dig and bin your Daredevils, but it's able to dig very effectively for the combo, and gets really ridiculous with Academy Manufactor too. And then Unearth in the big way ties the whole room together. You've got all these 3-mana creatures that get Unearth right into play. You can build them over with Steelseeker, set up for like a big, powerful Unearth turn. I'd love to play Imri, but Imri is also like, again, it's really like 10 cards, because it's like, for Imri to be at her best, you need like 4 Bauble, 4 Imri, Aether Spellbomb, Nihil Spellbomb in the main, which is like 10 cards. So, you know, like a lot of these lists, I think it's just the card that has to get edged out to make room for the rest of the combo. I think the deck looks sick. I've been really wanting to play a Sultai version of Food with Finale of Devastation, but with the Time Civ versions, it's always felt like a little bit weird because you're mostly playing Finale over Time Civ, which is like a much powerful card, but then you lose the combo. How many Time Civs do you still play? It's all like a little weird. But I think that this version really like ties the room together in a big way. And what I really like about this deck is like, in this version, Unctus is not as powerful, but it is still going to be a card advantage engine for you. It's still going to be, a powerful effect on the board, a 3-mana creature that you can unearth. And it really just kind of comes at the cost of playing like these 5 cards that you're able to like discard the cookbook early. You're able to, dig for them with Steelseeker. You even have like some really fun lines with Fatestitcher in this deck where you can like untap your cookbook and like manufactor again, which I actually found to be like very interesting. Like Fatestitcher as like not a value card, but it has more utility in this list than in some of the lists I played. So very exciting deck. When I was tweaking the mana, so I'm not sure that this is we got the right list in the queue. But also, like, it's very exciting to me to find another promising shell for Sarinth Steelseeker besides the green-red food deck. This card, obviously an all-star in that strategy, one of the best win rate brews of all time. And I really do think that, you don't absolutely have to only play this in a food shell, but I think that for the most part, that is where it fits. Dixon, 23 months, thank you. Yeah, the combo is Unctus, double Fatestitcher lets you draw your entire deck, and then you get to go Mamber, Thoracle. And if your Thoracle's in the yard, you can dig for an Unearth too, although you need a black mana, but the Fatestitcher can find you that black mana. Wait, hold on. We don't need the Mox Ambers, do we? I had them last night, but now I'm just kind of thinking about it. You should just always be able to discard the Oracle. You should always be able to discard the Oracle and just untap a black source to unearth the Oracle. You don't need to Mamber. Thoughts on unmarked grave for this like this? I don't like it at all. Okay, so before we get too into it, we do have a couple slots in the main deck now. No Time Civ? Yeah, you don't need Time Civ with this one. Makes you weak to Endurance. Does it? You just like do the combo again. If they Endurance, you just keep going. I don't think Endurance does anything. Play 1 Amber? Yeah, you could play 1 Amber. It's a little bit worse without Imri, of course. I think a Shadowspear in the main deck could be the card we want. I was kind of like torn on like wanting to play this. So yeah, we can get the Shadowspear in the main deck. We can also play 21st Land. I was definitely thinking about just playing the 21st Land here. Spirit of Spellbomb. We could play a Spellbomb. I think I actually prefer to play the 21st Land. This curve is a little bit higher than the Time Civ food deck. Still in the learn the root stage, but it's looking promising. Although there's maybe like a little bit of copium, because one thing I'm really excited about is like getting to do something new. But it is looking promising. All right, I think we have to get Overgrown Tomb here. In my opinion, is Yogg boarding 1 Sanctifier as an uncastable tutor target for Scam too deep? Yeah, I think so, because it's like you're not really good at like utilizing that Sanctifier in Vec to win you the game. That Sanctifier in Vec is just kind of going to be there, and they can play like around it. Next Dark Souls named character for Panda, John Dark Souls. Okay, I'll try Panda. I don't know what I'm streaming Dark Souls next. My plan, my hope was to have the Magic run ready for the challenge tomorrow. I think maybe I'll be like fumbling through it a little bit tomorrow at least. But I'm still in like the note-taking phase of preparation. And what's cool is like a lot of my like practice on the halberd route is gonna transfer, or at least like some of it. But again, my evaluation is that this is a big Soulscar Mage. This route is going to make the early game much harder, but the mid to late game very, very smooth, which I think in theory is going to be a good direction to go. Discard here. Play Asmo, get Cookbook, cast Drum, cast a Cookbook, kill a Mage. So we're at 8 life, and we can start to turn the corner with Shadowspear soon. We can start to gain life with food. Maybe a little slow in the draw here. They have a Prismatic Ending? Well... Prowess players and their endings, huh? Wait, are they just Prowess with Experimental Synthesizer? I don't think they're 8 Blast. That's kind of odd. I almost definitely just have to make a Construct token, hope to not be dead. So I'm going down to 7. I am dead to Lightning Bolt, which sucks. I don't think I have another line. I could cast this Cookbook. I'd probably rather just be able to like block a Swift Spear though. Do you think Rest in Peace on a creature would be good? I would love it for Boros Heliod. Yeah, I do. Oh man. I always love. It's just like. I always love the questions like, do you think that this like very specific custom card that I need for my deck would be good? It's like, yeah. I Rest in Peace on a creature has been like there has been like a big lack of like 2-mana graveyard hate creatures before Modern Horizons 2, but then they printed Sanctifier and Vec, and I don't think we're getting anything better than Sanctifier and Vec anytime soon. Okay, so I'm going to 4, and then I'm going down, fetching down to 3, and then their 2 darts can put me to 1. But you know what 1 isn't? It ain't 0. So grab Shadowspear, Sarinth Steelseeker, equip Shadowspear, then this card. Cookbook and my other card, probably. Trigger Steelseeker some. Sure, I'm glad that we added this at the last second, huh? I think I'll discard the second Steelseeker rather than... Oh boy. I guess I don't have a card in hand to discard to the Steelseeker next turn. We do get to gain 8 here, up to 11. Not 100% to live, I suppose. Although we could hit a land in our hand off the Steelseeker trigger. I guess it doesn't really matter. They're at 8 life. That's not what this game is about. This game is about just killing them with this construct. I'm just getting a little lost in the sauce of the Steelseeker. 4 Delta, 23 months. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Upkeep Flashback Dart. No Steelseeker. Eat food. I would like much rather equip a Shadowspear. I don't know. Oh, you don't want to cast Steelseeker, you want to eat the food, I see. Well, Steelseeker can at least block the Samurai token, but yeah, maybe that's, again, not what this game is about, huh? Whoa, were we dead? 8 plus 7. Dude, yeah, we were dead if they had just taken their draw step. Although I guess they did surveil to find. They surveilled to find this with Spear. Wow, what a game. It's actually not over though. Yeah, they could block. Guess they don't want to play it out. Very close. The game's not that close if we're on the play, at least. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my Bone Shards. So they're like a weird version of Prowess. Usually against Prowess, I would be like somewhat interested in Might against Breach. I'd be somewhat interested in Nihil Spellbomb against Breach. But they showed me Experimental Synthesizer and Flame of Keld. So like, are they playing Underworld Breach? You would think. But Prowess players do like kind of love to do anything, you know what I mean? Prowess players would be like, y'all, dude, Stormwing Entity, that card is still broken, I promise. I promise Stormwing Entity is still broken, y'all. Alright, I think I'm just gonna bring in a Bone Shards, it's gonna Manufactor. They can't beat the Lifelinker. I mean, if their card is... top card's Underworld Breach, maybe. Maybe not. Can you tell me why Turk Typhoon is bad at control? I feel it, but unable to pinpoint to the reason. Okay, we as a community will level up in our deck building once we start to understand that there are lots of cards in each archetype that are reasonable role players. And Control, Snapcaster Mage, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria are all very reasonable cards to play as your top-end card advantage spell. Memory Deluge is the best one. I think at the moment you can kind of afford to play like one extra card advantage spell in addition to... I think I have to keep this. This hand would be like very good in some matchups. You go turn 1 Steelseeker, turn 3 get a Cookbook, discard Manufactor, Unearth Manufactor, go kind of crazy, or you know, you can do a few different things. But against Prowess, this hand is probably going to lose, but you probably can't go to 5 either. Define role player. A role player is someone who plays most often D&D 5th edition or Pathfinder 2nd edition, and they pretend to be like an elf or like a brain in a jar, and they just goof around with their friends all day. But what I'm saying is, like, you know, role. I guess I do need to define it. A role player is a card that fills a role. It's you know, archetypes in Magic have cards do different things. In control decks, you need removal spells, counter spells, card advantage spells. Come on, and there are several different cards that can fill this card advantage role. Jace the Mind Sculptor, Teferi, Memory Deluge. I think I'd still be on 40 Deluge, 1 big Teferi. I don't feel super strongly, to be honest, about... I feel very strongly about the 4 Deluges. I have been thinking that it's possible that 4 Deluge is enough card advantage. And you don't actually need to play... you don't actually need to play... any Planeswalkers other than Teferi Time Raveler. You still have 4 Teferi Time Raveler, 4 Archmage's Charm, 4 Deluge. I think that might be enough, but I'm not sure. That's kind of my big issue. Oh, damn it. Nerds with the 17 months. Sam with the 9. Thank y'all. Obviously should have got my Forest or Island here. Kind of a slaughter so far. Just cycle this to see if I want to concede now. I think I might draw a complete break. I don't know. We're at 14 somehow. Was the Narset phase for blue-white control always bad or just bad now? Suboptimal maybe. I don't think that bad. You could even play like one Narset over one Teferi hero, just like as your other card advantage spell. I don't know. It's tough. Like I just don't know that you need five top end card advantage spells. Like 4 Deluge. Like what's interesting about Deluge is like your first copy of Memory Deluge is also your second card advantage spell because you get to flash it back. You know what I mean? But I'm just not sure. I haven't been playing it. Maybe we'll dust it off at some point. But I had it built in paper. I have it built in paper. I actually don't have it built on Magic Online. Ugh, that was so brutal. I kind of want to cut Saga. Let's cut a Saga. It's all that Saga hate. You can't really afford to cut more than one. I think blue-white's still behind 4 color, even with Deluge. It's kind of an interesting thought. I've kind of been of the opinion that, like, 4 color is, like, really unsolved and kind of all over the place. Yeah, don't need to just make a food here. Think Sultai inverted deck could slot Leyline Binding to add some permanent removal? No, the mana doesn't work, like, at all. I was like, what do you need permanent removal for? Permanence, maybe? Alacrin, 60 months, thank you. I was also kind of interested in Spell Snare and Blue-White Control. You should probably just play Chalice of the Void instead. I do think it is a little bit of a conversation between those 2 cards, though. Gleeful Demolition, very cool. Aren't 4 Teferis excessive? No, they're not. That'd be $5 a month for the rest of your life, baby. Okay, easy block. One's had a lot of sideboard cards. Not sure any lasting red prowess. Do you still think 16 lands is optimal? I was on 17. I was on 17 last time. I again. Oh, come on. Oh, thank Clothis. They targeted their synthesizer, which is still like very good. You know, they get 3 goblins. We'll see if they have a land for the Soul Guide Lantern. They do. Their deck is very interesting. It's like a hybrid prowess 8 blast. But we need to, like, draw a land for the Manufactor, and then find a land off the Steelseeker trigger, discard 3 more triggers. Although this is a great draw. I suppose my opponent will sack the Lantern, which is just something that's going to have to happen. But if we find a land, we can cast the Manufactor, so we definitely do this now. It's like the triggers like this. Great rid of that. And pass back. If we hit a land there, cast the Manufactor, that'd been awesome. That was like such an they have so many sideboard cards against me. They have Magus, like multiple Wear Terrors, Soul Guide Lantern. What's nice that their 1/2s don't seem to be too crazy impactful on this board. Zack Attack, 5 months, thank you. You would find a good 4-color control list. We were like 8-2 trophied with elementals with brought back and Emeria. That's kind of the 4-color list I'd be on if I was playing, but it's, you know, less tested, like maybe a little less traditional too. What is this? Giganta in the hand? They have 3 cards. They must have like multiple of that 2-mana Saga. Okay, I'm gonna discard the Unctus. We need to find a land. Let's go. Obviously wishing I found the land first and I could trigger everything. But this is a start for sure. Also like digging for another Ovalchase Daredevil is important. Same thing again, thank you for the gifted sub. And Zack Attack with the 5. Still enjoying the inverter deck? I am, yeah. So I'm kind of torn between. We might play some of it today. Come on. I am kind of torn between playing that or the brought back deck tomorrow. All right, this is a rough matchup to face in round 1. I immediately find the Daredevil. I do not currently have an event this weekend, though. Oh, we're gonna play the challenge this weekend. Guess that's an event. There's Gigantha, 3 mystery cards. Guess they're sandbagging the Magus because I could Asmo it. Brutal first match. I don't know if I can really be affording to attack here, but I also don't feel like I can really afford to block, so... Okay, now I'm happy I attacked. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hate cards? So 7, the Magus. Okay, if I can find another cookbook, this can actually win me the game. Although I only have 2 left in the deck. Kebab, Twitch Prime, thank you. Bowmat. Soulscar Mage. So they have the Lava Dart in the yard, which can deal 2 damage next turn. I'm just going to block the Bowmat though, and they can dart my Manufactor to keep their Bowmat alive, or they can just sack the Bowmat. Decided to just sack the Bowmat. Yeah, I only have 2 cookbooks, but we went from having like almost no outs to having no way! Unreal. Unreal. Literally scripted. I have Recommissioned Elementals and Goblins built. What I consider playing. I think the Recommissioned Elementals, both are very good. Both are very good. I would probably play more traditional Vile Goblins at the moment. Okay, I think I have to grave. I'm looking for something else I can do this turn. Okay, that can untap my cookbook. Huge. No way. Okay, wait. I only get to untap. No, I get to untap both of them, so I get to go. What if we win this turn? What if we win this turn? It's possible. Unearth. So I can keep this, draw it off the clue, unearth the Unctus, draw this, unearth Unctus, unearth Unctus off this treasure. Draw off the clue using these 2 mana. Use the other treasure to untap the other Fatestitcher. Go infinite, draw another unearth, Oracle them. Yeah, this is a win. My opponent's asking, this is one of the first times I ever, like, actually do want to show it off. I think I'm short 1 mana. No, because I'm left with I'm left with another Fatestitcher, which can untap the cookbook, which gives me another black mana. So I go Unearth Unctus. And then we're just going to be graveyarding. This is unreal. Okay, that's also another black. We also get to just draw. We just get to draw another cookbook, right? And this is actually like a bit faster to go through the deck. Oh, wow. I guess it doesn't really matter, but this is just going to be... So now we're just milling ourselves and unearthing the Thoracle. Can we cast Thoracle? We don't need to cast it. We're going to draw a copy of Unearth and unearth it. Yeah, this was awesome. To beat so many hate cards and to combo off from a position where we had, like, no resources was very exciting. I think my opponent's going to screw up, just, you know, chatting a little bit. Or I said they can concede if they want, so maybe they also don't want. They said they don't mind. I'm just going to, whatever, click through. Relish in the victory a little bit. Yeah, brought to you by Sarinth Steelseeker, huh? The ability to like untap the cookbook with Steelseeker or with Fatestitcher to trigger so many more times is also like really exciting. Moderately exciting. And to beat so many hate cards as a food deck is really, really difficult to do. Hate cards plus, you know, plus some early pressure. Nice that we barely won game one. Can't you keep target? Yeah. At this point, I'm just gonna keep going. We'll maximize the combo bit going forward. There was no early pressure. Didn't they have Soulscar Mage? I had to kill the Soulscar Mage, didn't I? Yeah, ages ago. I think we likely would have lost if they had... Well, I don't know. If they had killed my cookbook with the demolition rather than their synthesizer. What am I searching? So right now I'm just milling my deck, and I have a Thassa's Oracle in my graveyard, so once my deck is milled, I can unearth it. And actually, I can even do some more crazy things, like untap the cookbook and stuff, but... Yeah, I think here it's like a little bit faster to unearth the cookbook and then unearth the Thassa's Oracle, and then if my opponent does like somehow remove my devotion, which they're not going to, I could just tap the cookbook to mill my library. Cool. 1-0. That was tough. We did also like drawing Manufactor into cookbook was like as good as it was ever going to get there. Okay, on to play. Ooh, these are my like favorite hands where you get to go like discard Manufactor, then unearth it on turn 2. Oh, Dart for a second Dart. Yeah, that would have been an out. Okay, deck for Pumpkin. Storm Herald. And Pioneer. Definitely cool. I've seen these decks popping up. Gonna be kind of difficult for me to comment on them too much. I'll do what I can, of course, but it's gonna be kind of difficult without like seeing them in action ever. But maybe we can get some insights here. Oh, this is modern. Okay, I see. So instead of going in on the, I thought this was Pioneer because, like, one, like these are all Pioneer cards, but it's interesting to be in on Burning Anger Colossification over just oh, don't surgical me. Burning Anger Colossification over just the what's the card called? Eldrazi Conscription. I typically think Eldrazi Conscription is the better way to go. And I think in Modern, when you play this kind of variant, that's like in on... Dude, these draws are so nuts always. I've missed these kind of like unearth draws with me me playing the green red deck over the weekend. Like you just don't get turns like this. It's just like literally turn 2. Yeah, Unearth is so ridiculous, and like what's cool about Unearth is just it's also like a combo card in this deck. They kill Asmo instead of Manufactor, which is not correct. I think we're just gonna kill him with these constructs. Does it not make sense to play red and black for these draws? Red and black for these draws. To not play red and to play black. It could be, yeah. It could be. I mean, obviously that's kind of what we're doing here. But yeah, playing Unearth over Brynn 6 and then playing Manufactor over like Scrapwork Mite could be good. In the or Troll King in the other version could be a direction to go. Only got 10 cards. They did get my Thassa's Oracle, but they're also just dead on board. I think. Yeah, easily dead. So yeah, just looking at this list. I don't like Diabolic Intent. With only 8 creatures to sacrifice to it. I think you typically want 12, which is why I typically have a rec around 12 creatures to sacrifice. I think Scrapwork Mutt would be, if you want to play the Intense, would be a good fit, but you also don't have to play the Intense. I think that if you just like maximize on Unearth, and then like the self-mill, that could be good enough. If you cut the Intense, play 4 Unearth, 4 Faithful Mending, yeah, and then cut the Claim to Firstborn as a intent target, and then you could play Grizzly Salvage. I think that like 2 Grizzly Salvage, that could be a good direction to be. You can't afford to play Cavern of Souls, I think, in your 4-color Faithful Mending. You're so spell-intensive here. I don't think you can afford to play the Cavern of Souls. But I also don't think you have to play Gemstone Cavern. I think you can make a functioning Fetch Shock mana base. Let me maybe get some insight here as I sideboard against Mill. I want a Needle to Needle Jace, and I want a Haywire Mite for explosive for bridge. Maybe 2 Haywire Mites could be a good number. And we can cut a Daredevil and be like 62. Cater 27 months, thank you. Claim is for Dothy and to combo with Classification. Well, Claim is for Dothy, I think it could be a sideboard card, right? But I'm assuming it's a 1-of because it's an intent target. But also, like, you know what else kills Dothy? Lightning Bolt, and that card's also way more main deckable. To combo with Classification. Oh, I see. To untap? That's interesting. I think it's very interesting. Like, I really do like the thought. It may be just, like, in a little too deep, though. And, like, in general, I think I would really prefer to... I'm not gonna name their Delta. Just gonna Jace. Someone very recently didn't name my fetch land, paying it forward. Cater 27 months, cool down to 22. You have 13 creatures for intent that way. What? You get the discard for the Cascade Tron matchups as well. Let's take a look at the mana a little bit. Yeah, so like playing Swamp is kind of awkward, or like playing too many lands that don't tap for Faithful Mending is it maybe is better to play Tainted Indulgence over Faithful Mending, and then you get to cut like a complete color out of your deck, and then you're just 4 colors instead of 5. I guess you're not playing green, so you're just Grixis instead of splashing the color. Although I do agree the white splash is really important for Graveyard Hate, so maybe that's not a route you can go down. Just kind of thinking out loud. You still got in the sideboard most of the time. Yeah, yeah. I like white cards are really important to be able to answer Graveyard Hate. I typically like Prismatic Ending more than March of Otherworldly Light for that purpose. Soul Partition is, I don't think, like super close to playable. You should play any number of Thoughtseizes over any number of Inquisition. There's like it's Primeval Titan, and there's a long list of cards that Thoughtseize hits that Inquisition doesn't, even though your mana base is very painful. Spell Pierce, Minor Misstep is like not very good in my opinion either. I would like much rather have any, like the 4th Spell Pierce before the 1st Minor Misstep. What are we doing here? I want to get Cookbook. Yeah, I think we should go Cookbook and Finale for another Asmo. Just go ahead and well, I guess I could Unearth. Yeah, let's actually Unearth this Asmo so I can kill their crab. Not that I really need to kill the crab, but this also gets a 2nd Cookbook in play. It's for me to go Manufactor with the double Cookbook in play for next turn. So again, kind of like a lot of loose thoughts. Again, I built some Storm Herald decks. I always do prefer to be in unclassification. It's just like just one thing instead of 2 things, and gets the job done most of the time. Sometimes you have to like finish your opponent off, but it's like just so much less complicated than all this. Although I do think that this is very sweet. I do think this is very sweet. Oh boy, we're gonna go off. Okay, let's attack for 3. Let me see if I can think anymore. Got subs to think, I got matches to win, I got a lot going on, huh? So I can go Manufactor. So you want to get 2 Manufactors in play here, not super easily, I guess. Thinking about... Oh, I can't respond to Extirpate. Wow, okay. Mike with Twitch Prime, hit with 8 months. It's Spur with Twitch Prime, cooldown 22, Kid with 27. Thank y'all, thank y'all. Okay, so play the Steelseeker, discard Fatestitcher, and keep that. And then I'm just thinking about using Fatestitcher to untap a Cookbook this turn. Doesn't seem very necessary. I'm just going to pass. I think we still have Emrakul in the deck, so unless it gets like Tasha'd right here, we don't have too much to worry about. Uh-oh, got Tasha's, Lydia's Laughter, exiling Emrakul. Damn it. And not only exiling Emrakul, exiled like 14 other cards. Fuck. And exiled the Thassa's Oracle, so I can't even dig for Oracle anymore. Doesn't like really get any worse than that. Yeah, I have to win with damage. Which means I'm just gonna like Finale for an Unctus. And make this blue, make this blue or blue artifact creature. This is a... Oh, it's not a... The loot ability is not a May, which is awkward here. Could attack then done it, or is it only sorcery? You can only Unctus at sorcery speed. Cycles Fractured Sanity, 4 cards in hand. Oh, I could maybe have saved the Unearth for Haywire Mite, so if they have bridge, that's like an Alta bridge. RNTA boy, thank you for the 13 months. Hope you're doing well. Okay, we won anyways, despite getting our Emrakul and Thoracle exiled by that crazy Tasha's. ever done Finale X10? No, but yeah, I don't think I had enough mana there. But I could have maybe like finale'd for another Manufactor and tried to Manufactor X equals 10 the next turn. Yeah, that's been pretty good so far. I don't think I have any more final thoughts here. And good luck, because that deck is very sick. I think I have to keep this on 6. Almost definitely playing Saga on turn 1. Probably put back second Saga. New Ren. Yeah, someone want to link the new Ren. Uh-oh, on the draw against Titan with a slow hand. Although we got plans for the matchup. You guys have exclamation point deck tech. Try out to get the info there. So now if I find second Fatestitcher, we're in really good shape. Or we're in some kind of shape at least. Although we may just be dead. Ooh, Fetchland Amulet. Rin and Realm Breaker. What in the heck is Realm Breaker? Lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. 3 mana, 4 loyalty. 1 land has 3/3 elemental creature vigilance. Hexproof haste. It's still a land. -2, mill 3. Put a permanent from a mill cards into your hand. Emblem, you may play lands and cast permanent souls from graveyard. Okay, this card's great. This card is great. I really feel like what ties the room together is the hexproof on the land on the +1. It has vigilance too? That's crazy, because the land both pressures your opponent and protects the Ren. Oh, it doesn't untap. It doesn't untap. Okay, that is a lot worse that it doesn't untap. But still, you can even just like 3 mana -2 then start plussing. Yeah, I didn't realize it didn't untap. So that is like good probably for the balance of the card. Yeah, it has a lot of loyalty. I will say 3 mana planeswalkers in Modern are just not that good in general. Like Teferi Time Raveler is a big exception because it's Teferi Time Raveler, but like in a format that's really dominated by Spell Pierce and Unholy Heat, the bar for 3 mana planeswalkers is really high. But this is a very good card. While that is a fancy play, fetch, make a construct with double amulet. That is a very fancy play. Yeah, the art is sick. I love it. Also, who the hell is Realm Breaker? Is that the World Tree? I feel like it's so implied to be tied to Kaldheim. Might be sick in the Kruger deck to help mana. Does the Kruger deck struggle with mana because you just get to fetch Triumphs all the time? If the Kruger deck struggles with mana, the deck has got to be completely unplayable. Okay, so again, our plans in this matchup use Haywire Mite to disrupt their amulets and sagas. Asmo their creatures sometimes, and also combo as quickly as possible. Obviously on the draw with a mulligan there against a turn 3 kill, we're going to die. I'm trimming one of each of these 3. The Invasion Tree of Phyrexia. Okay, well, I don't know what that is, but that's sick. Wait, no, is Rin does this mean Rin is a Phyrexian? I can't enhance. Maybe. Does it say Phyrexian? Do the other ones say Phyrexian? I don't know. Maybe. I thought they might. She hijacked it? You have to read the lore? No, I don't want to read the lore. Please. Please don't make me read the lore. Please. Yeah, I always thought Rin was she, her. I might be wrong. Okay, let's go for Finale. She, her, tree. Does Rin static affect Blood Moon? Yeah, it beats Blood Moon. Should at least. There are mountains of the ability to tap for any color of mana. Why isn't Rin an 8? I don't know. Holterman, 3 months ago, thank you. Myconsyth Gardens. Feels like they have an amulet. They've been thinking very thoughtfully about their turn. So if they go amulet, bounce and copy. It's not amazing, but I'm in like reasonable shape to win the game next turn, I think. if I just go Steelseeker Cookbook this turn. And Unctus is very interesting because I think I'm likely supposed to graveyard it and dig for Unearth for Unctus. So I'm going to go discard Fatestitcher, get another Surveil, then cast Academy Manufactor, tap Cookbook, 3 triggers, untap Cookbook. Yeah, I think I'm graveyarding this. Could like theoretically die this turn, but I don't think we're supposed to play super duper scared when we can potentially combo. They do have the amulet, which isn't super surprising. Does that seem super hard to play? Yeah, that's why your favorite streamer is buying Spike and showing how to play it. Yeah, if they have like, they need like Grazer plus like another extra land effect to kill me here, plus Titan. Underworld was fun. I need to check if there's like a good RCQ to play this weekend in DFW. I haven't heard anything, but I want to play the challenge. So, and then there's like an RCQ next weekend. I should do that now. I also like do need to stream like one more weekend this month to meet my ad incentive thing, which is more important now that we don't have TCG player. So they pick up Gardens, play Gardens. If they copy, they're still one short of Titan, right? Okay, that means we should probably be good this turn. I love TCG player bubble. You can watch my YouTube video on the topic if you want. Oh, that's huge. Second Fatestitcher. Okay, so now I'm really regretting losing my Unctus. Since that being the top card, I just would have been able to combo. But we can get kind of nuts. I think if I find Unearth, we can win the game. I'm still doing like pretty fine if I don't though. I can kill Azusa, I can kill Amulet. The Fatestitcher Untapped Cookbook has been like so sick in the stack. This has been really big. You need to find a land. There we go. Okay, there's Unearth. So we say no. No. But I guess I am actually 1 mana short of draw Unearth. Draw Unearth, Unearth Unctus. So I guess what instead I'll do is I'll just unearth the Fatestitcher, untap the cookbook again. So this way I have a second Asmo activation, and next one I can just like unearth Manufactor. Although I guess I may be like missing a card to like discard. I don't have clue tokens. And then I can combo off next turn, but I probably won't need to. Might Amulet. I don't. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize their Gardens was tapped. Yeah, I'll Might Amulet after attacking. I was thinking I wanted to respond to the Gardens. It's so cool that we can play like this food shell like so many times, and there's just like a million options, and like you know, oh, they printed Unctus, and now you can play Fatestitcher combo. Use features deck so I can combo. I still have 2 more Fatestitchers in the deck. I can also draw my entire library next turn and just cast Thassa's Oracle. I can like easily draw my entire library next turn, or mill my entire library with double Manufactor, Steelseeker. Do you not need Stitcher's combo? I will be able to draw my entire library next turn without much difficulty. Unless they maybe will bog me, but even then we're just doing fine. They find a Boseiju. It's actually pretty interesting. They didn't use the Boseiju, so let's just target this Manufactor. How do you feel Cookbook with no Daredevil? We have clue tokens, but we also can just like find anything off the Steelseeker. They're gonna Boseiju me though, but that's okay. If that's their whole turn, you know, we're not that worried about it. Wow. A little bit, Six Sigma. We'll mess around with it some more. You still do Pioneer content? I haven't done Pioneer content in a while. I'm open to it though. If I ever have ideas on Pioneer, I'm still open to playing and talking about it. I think I'm down just to get like second Asmo activation. Although I guess I don't really need it this turn, huh? Since they are paying for Pact. But also the extra Surveil is really nice here. Finale. So Finale X equals 3 doesn't do it because won't have the card to discard for the Manufactor because I still don't have any Daredevils. Down to 1 Stitcher. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm okay being down to 1 Stitcher. New Asmo for another cookbook. Yeah, I feel like the average card is better than Finale here. I could be wrong, but we can also just discard any card to the cookbook. The Winota Gora's Vengeance deck? I didn't see it. That sounds pretty sick. Well, Finale for Mite could have been good, maybe. Attack? Uh-huh. Ooh. Wasn't lethal if you just attacked and played Asmo? Asmo is legendary. Or what? I have an Asmo in play already. It's gonna be like also like very difficult for them to win through like 3 Asmo activations with no amulet in play. Then we can probably combo next turn now with 2 cookbooks. Not that we need to. So now 33 months. Thank you. You're doing well. Gonna even have life gain lands? It only gains 2 life, right? Guess they're just hoping I miss lethal. Pact of Negation against me post-board is like so weird. I don't get it. Like how I have sideboard. Game 3 on the draw is going to be tricky. If they just have a turn 3 kill, it's really hard to win on the draw. They're on Hive Mind? That would be sick. Alright, texting Esther back about bills. Alright, keep this. Hit sick. Anybody pay bills in the chat? Me neither. Alright, let's go. Cookbook, pass. Who is Bills? Yeah, Bill's this guy who comes in and says, hey, I'm going to turn your water off and your heating off and take your house if you don't pay me. I'm Bill. Not a very nice guy. I kind of just want to play Steelseeker. Yeah, we can just play Steelseeker this turn, and then next turn we can go Manufactor, Trigger, cast Asmo. We can even Fatestitcher before we cast the Asmo if we want. I love how my opponent played perfectly around Haywire Mite. Damn, I really didn't think I was getting killed on turn 3. When my opponent goes tap land, tap land. What's the new Ren? I really like the new Ren. I'm not sure how good it is yet. I'm alive. I'm literally dead if they have a Titan. Dry makes 5 mana. They need another ramp. Don't they have another land drop? But miscounted? Maybe you're right. Cast Amulet, plays Growth Chamber, plays Growth Chamber. No, they have another land drop, right? They're picking up T-West. They played 2 lands. Okay, I thought they still had one more land drop. So if they had played an Amulet earlier, they would have been able to kill me. Although I could have Haywire Mited the Amulet or played Asmo with activation up. What do they get? Pact of Negation. They get Bog? Okay, I'm definitely gonna Fatestitcher then. So let me think. I think that I need to discard Haywire Mite here, because I'm gonna tap this cookbook twice, so I can have double Asmo activation available next turn. Obviously, you know, prefer to, you know, I don't think I have time to kill the Amulet, but I would kind of prefer to. I guess I could have also cast Mite, killed Asmo, killed Amulet, cast Asmo, killed Dryad. That could have been a better line, but we're here now. Second Fatestitcher is super interesting. I do always kind of like to take the more interesting lines too when I'm playing a newer version of a deck like this. No way. I was really not expecting just like Fatestitcher untapping Cookbook to be like this impactful. It wasn't like this crazy yesterday. But it's been just like like this is like weirdly enough like better than the Unctus stuff kind of, although the Unctus like completes it kind of. Definitely using all my Fatestitchers. Steelseeker is so broken. This card is just like... it's just like the best card advantage spell at Modern. Is that wild to say? Is that controversial? Yeah, I really like the new Ren. I think the card's pretty exciting. Ooh. Okay, let's just keep that on top and win next turn. Oh, no, damn it. Sorry, I'm shuffling. So yeah, let's get in the graveyard. I'm shuffling when I cast the Asmo. I can face it one more time, though, and I'm going to... Oh, they have the Bog. Yeah, so I need to always you can't always yes to Daredevil. I'll just leave that in the deck. Should be able to win next turn. What's very cool is like this also just draws your entire library, so you don't always need Thoracle. Or not your entire library, but enough. Or you don't always need like the multiple Fatestitchers. Now we've got double Asthma activation, which is gonna be hard for them to combo through here. They treated a Bog with Teleria West, which makes you think obviously that they have, they already have Titan plus bounce land. Could still lose. Oh yeah, I forgot to attack for one. Yeah, it's hard for me to believe I forgot to do that after taking so few game actions that turn. I'm excited about this one, y'all. I'm excited about this one. This is maybe the challenge deck tomorrow. I don't know. It's a little early to say. Hopefully things don't crash and burn from here. We've had some ridiculous wins today. Thoughts on Rin Rumburger? I like the card. I think, Modern is a format that is really hostile to 3-mana Planeswalkers. Teferi Time Raveler is, like, the only good one. There's maybe, like, Liliana's Fringe playable. Seeing what's some play lately, actually. But yeah, Liliana's, like, kind of the only one that sees play at the moment. Or, sorry, Teferi's the only one that sees play. Rin is, like... Rin is a fine card. I don't know where it fits, but I do like it. I do like it. Oh, I didn't mean to no to that. Whatever. Oops. Oh, Tyvar Grist. I always forget about Grist. But yeah, Tyvar Grist. Tyvar's niche. Tyvar's good, too. Tyvar's good. Tyvar is very similar to Teferi in the sense that it has, like, a really good and powerful immediate effect, and then, like, you have to deal with its static ability, too. Yeah, the fact that this is auto-yielded to now is kind of throwing me off. Yeah, I always forget about Grist. Grist is really good, though, of course. Okay, Unearthing Unctus doesn't do much with no suppliers left. I'm mostly just looking for... Oh, that's fine. I can take that. Not going to graveyard that one. Yeah, I think Rin the Rumbreaker. We will definitely play it. We'll definitely try it. I like the card a lot. I think that if it didn't give the land hexproof when it pluses, I would be a lot lower on it. But that hexproof is a really big deal. Doesn't untap the land is kind of awkward. Vigilance on it is really interesting though. So, and like minus and getting back any permanent card is very interesting too. I like it. What can I say? Guaranteed to be very good in Pioneer. Yeah, I think so. I think are likely to be very good in Pioneer. Great in Creativity. It's really awkward that the minus doesn't grab you Creativity. Yeah, Doomake says it's sick in Pioneer. Must be sick in Pioneer. Three mana not care about Blood Moon seems huge. Is it 3-mana cards are like typically not that good against Blood Moon, right? Your opponent's like on the play, or they play it on turn 2, and you're looking at your double green card. Could be wrong. Yeah, it could be a good Ponza card. Yeah, I agree Rin will go in Titan. What's Ponza? Ponza is green-red mid-range with Blood Moon, and some people think you have to have exactly one copy of a land destruction spell to be Ponza, and those players are boomers. So my top card is Cookbook, so I'm not going to upkeep Cookbook. I bet we kind of bricked a little bit last turn, although partially my fault because I didn't realize I had the auto yield still, and I clicked through a trigger. But we should be able to dig pretty deep here, and there's like a reasonable chance we can just draw our entire library. And then Thoracle. And then die to Pact of Negation for no reason. You can play around Pact of Negation by like leaving a card in the library. Okay, I was really hoping to bin Manufactor before Unearth, but now I just have to bin that. We need Manufactor to really draw our deck. Or second Steelseeker. Let's try it. We're definitely in the like let's just try some lines section of the gameplay here. Just make a Saga Speed next turn. I mean, I can do that. I can also have a little bit of fun. I can also like just dig for a Haywire Mite. So maybe I should have kept the Unearth, but I can just kind of find any card I want. We're playtesting. We're learning the lines. Okay, I probably should discard a land here to avoid these triggers. Oh yeah, draw a Steelseeker on the stack. Okay, so can Finale for 1, grab Mite, cast Mite. Oh, no, I can't because I have to draw off the clue token. Okay, so now we keep Mite on top. And I really wanted to draw my deck in Thoracle. But just maybe not supposed to keep the Steelseeker. Good news is we're still very ahead. Yeah, I'm just going to be digging for Thoracle here. It's going to be a finale for 10 game. It could be. Do I have any finales left? I think I have one. Let's say I have one. Yeah, build one. Well, I can't quite do it next turn, can I? I don't know. Is this better than the Clock of Omens win? Yeah, I wasn't in love with the Clock of Omens kill. Like, just like playing Whir was so awful. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Like, so like the biggest thing for me is like Fatestitcher is just like actually a good card in this deck. Being able to untap the cookbook is interesting. And then, you know, I think I was like, Unctus isn't terrible, but it's, you know, kind of mediocre, and you have to play a Thassa's Oracle. But like, I think like Unctus and okay, this is like kind of the only card that does anything, which is why I guess why they packed it for it, huh? But like, I think it's like your deck is more potent than the version that's put with comparing it to Time Civ. Losing Imri is a big cost. Do you think you have to lose Imri to play Finale? And I think to play Steelseeker, you should be playing Finale. It's kind of the dynamic. Are we cold to Hivemind? I can pay for Pact. Yeah. Unctus isn't great, but it's not in the way, and can be a card advantage spell. Gives you like a more reasonable beatdown plan. And so I've really been very interested in like Steelseeker plus Manufactor plus Unearth, and like the Unctus combo is just so perfect for that package also. What does Colossus do? It lets you put a land into play from your hand, tapped. If you do, draw a card, repeat the process. And its power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control. So you want to kill it before you put a lot of lands in. You got an amulet. Exposing this amulet to removal is really funny. Oh, I drew another Manufactor. Okay, we definitely win. I guess they can have Pact, but I can also... I guess it kind of depends. Oh, I can just Cookbook back. I can likely Cookbook back my Oracle. Alright, so Graveyard. Okay, so we get to tap one Cookbook, mill our entire library. Or sorry, well... Yeah, we just need to mill our library. Could have Endurance. Well, what's nice about Endurance is the card Shuffle instead of Exile, so I don't think Endurance really does anything. What did I log into? I mean, this is the only stream where you could like ever like tune into this. I don't know. This is the only Magic stream where you could tune in and like not be that surprised that this is going on. You know? Shouldn't be that surprised. Okay, so I want to have double, do I have double cookbook activation up? Don't disrespect Canister? I'm not disrespecting Canister. I also don't think it's... I think if you tuned in and you saw this, you'd be a little surprised if you saw this on Canister's stream. But we're at the point where I'm doing this, and it's just like... literally a normal day. So I guess I am dead to Pact, huh? I forgot to leave the card in the yard. They don't have it. Just like, why the Troll Kings are so important in the green-red version, despite everybody online being like, I just want to play more grindy 3-drops. Sounds great. Probably can get basic forest here. Well, I guess I need double blue for Unctus, although I can also just pretty easily unearth Unctus. I'll just get both. Temple Garden, Arbor Elf. Game over. Topic of having closers in dirtily decks. Do you think Titania is an option for 4-color elementals to help close out games faster? Okay, so elementals I think is a little bit different, right? Where elementals controls the board really well, and so doesn't need that closer in the same way that Asmo decks do, because a lot of decks can just ignore your like Asmo Saga plan, and you can just, you know, either grind through it or kill you. Oh, we're up against Heliod? With Giver. And I guess that they can be kind of true of elementals. Some decks can, you know, ignore your elementals game plan, but okay, so let's go Unearth Manufactor. Get some game objects in play. Just kill the Arbor Elf. Think New Red is modern playable? Yeah, I do. I think it is modern playable. It's I'm not sure exactly where it goes. Still kind of chewing on it. We will definitely play it. It is a really powerful 3-mana spell. But also, you know, it's very important to like remember like the barrier to entry to any 3-mana spell. Okay, that's a great draw. The barrier to entry to any 3-mana spell in modern is really high. There are a lot of 3-drops in this format, and you know, to some extent, you kind of have to be the best 3-drop for your archetype. I'd love to get to play the Saga this turn, but we are needing to discard it. Thankfully, we get a little bit of value. Hopefully, we can find a land to discard to the other cookbook, although we can, I guess, at least sack a clue. Okay, there's a land. Love to find a Fatestitcher to get to untap the cookbook. Could maybe have kept that. I guess, yeah, no, let me use treasures, because I could find a Saga and play Saga here. Can only activate one time on the Asmo. Let's just pass. There's a good chance of discarding this breeding pool. Gonna see a PT Barcelona for Modern, only if I'm qualified. I don't make enough money to, like, have, like, a GP weekend in Europe. As I would love to go. I really want to go. I think I'm gonna go to Minneapolis to, like, I'm like almost locked in to go to Minneapolis to play the PTQ for Barcelona. I also just need to like update my passport. But if I'm not qualified for the PT yet, I'm not going to attend. Could die here. Okay, no, we beat Infinite Life. We have Thoracle. Also, like Esther would like kill me if I went to Barcelona without her. She'd be so pissed. We haven't taken a vacation in so long. Yeah, no, I've never been to Europe. I mean, when me and Esther have our honeymoon, we're planning on going to Europe and crashing with Mingu and Nassif and Harry. A honeymoon of seeing all the European Magic players. You can take her with you. Yeah, but then what I'm saying is I don't make enough money to take me and Esther on a vacation to Barcelona when we're trying to save up for a wedding and save up for an engagement ring and all that stuff. How hard is it to qualify for a PT? Hard. Hard. Dude, main deck Knight of Autumn? That sucks. No, we're not engaged yet. Gotta buy a ring, gotta do all this stuff. Sorry, I meant to have the upkeep stop here. Unctus is an interesting spell here, though. Somehow I don't have a Daredevil. Yeah, so I definitely needed to upkeep. Surveil. Okay, that's one Fatestitcher. I think we can try to go for it. Just trying to think what the right order is. I think I kind of want to go pay life here. Tap. Trigger the Unctus loot. Surveil again. We're looking for another Fatestitcher. Let us win the game. And if not, we get to untap the cookbook at least. Huh. So I'm 1 mana short, right, of casting Manufactor. Yeah, I can play my land. I only have 1 treasure. I can play my land and I can cast the Manufactor, but that's not gonna work because I won't have a card to discard because I am like 28 cards deep with no Daredevil. I can technically have 1 more look at a Fatestitcher if I attack with my Asmo and give it... I have to pay 2 life, though, so maybe that's not worth it. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. We have 3 Asmo activations up, so we should... And we're in really good shape next turn. Opinion on Phoenix Lich deck, I'm playing around it for Hunter. It's like a pretty high variance deck that has some crazy nut draws. I think it's like I like its matchup against Scam, Murktide, Hammer, but it's like pretty bad against like Creativity, Cascade, Big Mana. And that's kind of been my opinion about it the whole time. Oh no. Sorry, I was supposed to let this just happen and kill that next turn because now they can counters on the Giver, so I have to target the Giver again, and I don't have another activation up. Oh, they're targeting the... Okay, this is a punt. Them targeting the Ariak champion. They could have saved their Giver. Oh, that would be fun, Goblin Guide. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm basically locked to go to Minneapolis now. Now that they announced that Modern PT is like this summer in Barcelona. I won't have very many. I'm not qualified for Dallas, so I'm going to be trying as hard as I can to qualify for Dallas. I'm going to be trying as hard as which qualifies for Barcelona. I'm going to be trying as hard as I can to grind the PTQs, but we can shortcut infinite life. Is Dallas the only one to qualify? So there are PTQs in I think that there are PTQs in Minneapolis or Barcelona. So I think my only chances are through Dallas or through that. I think those are the only options. How do PTQs work? Just win one at the Pro Tour qualified. So yeah, the only places there are like one tournament you win and then you're in, I believe, are at the PTs themselves. I think everywhere else, like it's the regional championship system, or like you could qualify through Arena, you could qualify through Magic Online, but there's no like one and done qualifiers on Magic Online. There may be on Arena, but okay. So I'm gonna block here. Yeah, just jump here. They can't quite kill me, but I don't really want to go to 1. But Dallas is Pioneer. Yeah, Dallas is Pioneer, but it qualifies for the Modern Pro Tour. I believe is what they announced yesterday. Which is, I feel like a deviation from like what they said they're going to do, but which is odd because like Wizards has never done that before. So how many Fatestitchers do I have left? I still have 3. One. I'm mostly looking for Fatestitcher so that I can like untap a cookbook rather than Unctus combo at this point. Again, I don't think I'm very likely to win this turn, but I get more Asmo activations, and I'm digging deeper for Thoracle. Or I have the Thoracle, but the Unearth for Thoracle. I need to make sure I don't mill all 4 Unearths, although I would still have Cookbook to Cookbook back Thoracle. Thank you, Flame, for the 3 months. Yeah, they said the qualifiers are going to line up for the formats you qualify for, and then, like, immediately, as soon as they could have, like, changed that, so... what are you going to do? But as soon as like that could have not been the case, it's not the case. Definitely need to. We'll have blockers for the champion, but it's important to remember to have blockers. I didn't. Okay. Yeah, mostly just things at random. Yeah, that is true. A lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm not going to qualify for Dallas. I'm going to qualify for the next one, because that one's going to be Modern," and then it's like immediately not Modern. Did really want one more Asmo activation if possible. Yeah, so Asmo's not a very good blocker because of the Sanctifier, so we can play a second Steelseeker here. Should be able to win next turn. Do I care if they Haywire Mite anything? Because I think I would probably rather
Chump block the RX champion with a Steelseeker. Hold up Asmo for top decked Ballista. And be okay with them Haywire Miting a Cookbook. It does probably mean I can't combo off next turn if I take that line. But I think that line is still... This is still correct, because I'm... putting myself in a position where I don't lose to top deck Ballista, which I think is more important. You can't exile Manufactor, because it is a creature. Asmo stop Ballista for 2. Well, if they Ballista on 2, they can't activate Heliod on Ballista, so Ballista on 2 doesn't really do much, right? Yeah, Dallas RCQ season ends next week. There was one RCQ local to me that I was planning on playing. Okay, so I can kill the Knight of Autumn and turn off their Devotion. And so that will be like my last chance before LCQs for Dallas. And yeah, you know what? This is actually, now that I'm thinking about it more, like if I had known that Dallas qualified for Barcelona, I would have been grinding the tournaments a lot harder. But I played like 2 RCQs. Kind of annoying. What are you gonna do? It does because the champion, they can Ballista for 1, counter and Ballista page for life. Like, yeah, you respond to the any of that with Asmo to stop them from killing you, right? Yeah, Dallas is Pioneer, but again, it qualifies. Dallas is Pioneer, but it qualifies for the Modern Pro Tour, the first Modern Pro Tour in Barcelona, with like the Lord of the Rings set coming out, which is just like everything that is me, And I would have loved to. We're not dead for it, but I'd have liked to work a little bit harder for it, and that's okay. How many Unearths do I have left? I have 2. Big draw. Big hit. Oh, whoops. Okay, it doesn't matter. They're at infinite life. I'm not attacking anyways. Just gonna discard a land for less triggers here. Okay, I want that. So I should be able to go sack a clue token, Unearth Manufactor, escape, Unearth Fatestitcher, Fatestitcher 9 permanents, and go for there. Yeah, San Diego's in a couple weeks. I'm not going to attend San Diego. It's my birthday weekend. I really don't want to spend my birthday playing standard PTQs. Although, like, playing it would be like... It would be like the best to qualify for Barcelona, but I'm just not going to. It sounds really miserable. So I have 1 more Unearth in the deck. If it's deep enough, we just win immediately. Oh, the clock is going to be a concern, isn't it? Damn it. Huh. Do I not have 1 more Unearth? There's another Fatestitcher. I think another Fatestitcher will let me just... Hold on, I have 5 treasures... Okay, 1, 2, 3. I only see 3 Unearths, so I think we're good. I'll make sure that before I go to 0 cards in my library, though, that we are actually good. This deck has been so sick. Oh no. Why did I discard? Oh, I didn't discard Daredevil. I just had one. I need to be like really intentional about stacking my triggers. Yeah, I checked the cards in exile a couple times. I didn't see a Unearth in there. You could Oracle win with 2 Fate and Oracle. That's the hope. That's the hope for sure. I have to keep that, right? This is like plus, I think we're just for time. Okay, so I have 1 card left in my library. It's Unearth. Okay, perfect. Very big that the last card is Unearth. Okay, I thought for a second I clicked yes on a Steelseeker trigger. No. 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 Okay. Draw my last card. Easy. Easy game. So unlucky for my opponent to be playing against the Thoracle version. Okay, I really need to use the bathroom. We'll be right back. Looks like where we get back.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Okay. Bringing in these Pithing Needles.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
That's maybe just it. Probably have a lot of graveyard hate post board. I think in like exile based removal, some down to trim. Unctus Unearth. I want to keep in the Shadowspear. Needle seems really, really good. It subs Arbor Elf, it subs Giver, subs everything. Could got 4th Ovalchase. You're gonna bring in Sanctifier, probably. What's cool is like Sanctifier doesn't stop your combo, because Thorkel's blue. As let's compared to the Amber one before. So like, yeah, I know I've been working on Unctus combo for like a long time now. This is the best version by a lot. I've lost a lot of tickets, play points working on it, and this is the best version by a lot. Alright, Sprawl named White, best card in the deck. Oh, with the perfect draw. Let's go. As is compared to Blue Black Time C Vasmo. So it's similar. It's hard to say if it's better with like the small sample size compared to gigantic sample size, of course, as always. But very promising compared to that version. Again, like getting like so the more I play like the green red version too, the more I understand that like Steelseeker really wants you to have Cookbook every single game as quickly as possible, and the best way to have Steelseeker every single game and as soon as possible is with Finale. And so you have to play a more green based version, and I think like because of that you have to cut Emery, which is a concern, and there's a lot of moving pieces with this deck. This is something we keep coming back to with this archetype. Is that there are just a lot of moving pieces, and there's like a lot of cards that you can play that like kind of like ask you to play different cards, and it makes like the deck building challenge very exciting. And this is kind of like just my favorite shit to do are these kind of deck building decision points. But it does make the building very difficult. Yeah, I bought the Japanese finales. They're a little cheaper. I think I want to just kill this captain. Is the time skip version viable if you don't want to do all the intuitive stuff this deck requires, asking for lazy brains? There's no easy Asmo deck to play. You really have to work for every win, and you really have to like. There's no intuitive. The green red deck is way more intuitive than the Sultai ones. Like that one's closer to what you're asking for, but I typically, it's just like any deck, though. You know, you play it, you'll learn it, you'll get there. What does Finale do? It mostly sort of puts Asmo into play for 2 mana. Yeah, Finale is just an EDH staple because of the flavor text. If X is 10 or more, you win the game. It's literally like it's really like a 1-card kill with like Avenger of Zendikar. You get another Haywire Mite, probably. Obviously the new Ren. Yeah, we've seen the new Ren. I like it. Matters a lot in Druid or Elves. Doesn't really matter in Druid, right? Like, if you have infinite mana with this, you can still win the game. And Elves should not play this card. Not that that ever stopped an Elf player ever. Having like a clunky high mana value card in your Elves deck, that has never stopped a single Elves player from including it in their deck. Elf players love high mana value clunky cards that are so bad when you're getting your Elves killed and you're getting 1-for-1. All right, that's fine. I was gonna kill the Ranger Captain. They're gonna do it for me. That's fine. Yeah, Ranger Captain plus Mite is pretty sick. Their deck was pretty good. I like it. I like that they're playing it. Above average draw. When I held the cookbook, they sacked the Ranger Captain, which made me unable to play the cookbook. I think that I'm gonna not tap this cookbook. Because if they have Coco, they can like Coco and like kill this before I get my extra game objects. But if they sack their Canopy, I'll respond to this. What is it, March? What is this? Second Boseiju, gross. I'm gonna kill the Arbor Elf with them having like, you know, Mana Seek and Horizon Canopy and the Utopia Sprawl. Two cards in their hand. Not doing so bad for getting double Boseiju, double Mited. We also beat like that game against Prowess was crazy. They had turn 1 Prowess creature, 4 Shatters, Magus of the Moon. It may have been 6 Shatters. It was an insane amount of Shatters. It was 7. It was like 7 sideboard cards was the important number. Huh. Dude, Fatestitcher is like so weirdly great in this deck. Oh, was I supposed to discard untap to kill this? I think I was. Damn it. Missed the line. I think I just wanted to hard cast, but yeah, I think not dying to Heliod was better. Yeah, 3 Demolition, 2 Wear Tear, Magus of the Moon, and then there was another sideboard card too, I think. Maybe it's been 6. I mean, we got very lucky to win, of course. So Path to Exile is good spot removal. So, like, what's nice about Boseiju compared to Path to Exile is you could play it as a land. Why no attack? I might block. Maybe not. Okay, thankfully I didn't have a land. Pretty scary board, though, to be honest. I do get to make... oh, they're killing my Fatestitcher. Dude, this is so good, because now, like, my foods were so pressured, but they keep killing their own creatures. Now my foods are just, like, not pressured at all. Although I don't think I need to Fatestitcher this turn, since I'm only ever killing one thing here. I'm going to kill the Spike Feeder. And then... I don't hate just playing Oracle for the Scry. Looking for, like, a Manufactor, maybe. Or Unearth. Both those would get me a Manufactor in play. Oh, let's go. And then I can double Cookbook next turn with the Fatestitcher. Gonna attack now. This deck has been awesome so far. Do you have 3 Haywire Mites? They don't have 3. They got a Ballista. Then they play a 2/2 Ballista. Do I want to trade Thassa's Oracle for 1 counter Ballista? I think so, because like this, the Oracle is not doing anything else. We actually actively want Oracle to die, so we can unearth it. So I think I block here. Yeah, the Oracle is better in the yard. I think I want extra. Do I want blue or black? This doesn't really matter, actually. I've also today just been, again, I say this, I've been saying this like every turn, but I'm just blown away how good Fatestitcher is, just like as like a graveyard card that untaps your cookbook in these kind of spots. This is very cool. This is like really, in a lot of ways, opening up a lot of ideas, I feel. Seems fine to sack a clue. Could play Saga, could play another cookbook. Could find Unearth. Wow. I don't see a lot of reason to cast Unearth now, I guess, other than like my opponent drawing Graveyard Hate. Get an extra blocker. They also have the range you kept. Okay, I think that's enough reasons. It's worse if my opponent like draws another Disenchant. Yeah, I don't think I need to kill the Ballista main phase because I can just like respond to them using the mana. Which I think is better. My life total is pretty high. Although I can also... Yeah, let's just pass. Why not attack a trade captain then unearth the Asmo? That could have been a better line. If my opponent doesn't block, it's really awkward, though. It's not that awkward, I guess. No, 2 manufacturers is 9 tokens, 3 is 27, 4 is a number I can't count high enough to tell you. Whatever 27 times 3 is. Who knows? It's almost like never correct on Magic Online to have 4 manufacturers in play because it slows the game down too much. How are we ahead on? We're ahead on time. We're ahead on time after clicking through that combo last game. Can you believe that? Can you believe we are currently ahead on time? Unreal. To be fair, they also play a high click deck. Yeah, but they haven't. I let them shortcut their combo. They haven't been high clicking. They literally haven't had to click through a combo. I just let them shortcut. They would actually be timed out right now if I made them click through it. Oh man. Oh, maybe we should be attacking. Yeah. They have to block the Asmo. If they double block Asmo, it's fine. Go to 1. Yeah. I hate having to attack though. I'd rather just draw cards. Could have made the Asmo a 4/4 and like looted once. That was probably correct, yeah. I couldn't once I was in my comment step. I was too... You could only Unctus as a sorcery. If they triple block Asmo, it's not ideal. It's fine, just kill Ballista. They have no outs. I guess we could have killed Ballista pre-combat. Although we're happy if it blocks anything, I guess. Or if they triple block, you can kill a Conclave Mentor and just kill the other 2 creatures. Yeah, no, it's great if they triple block, actually. Has Unctus been necessary? We did Unctus combo once or twice. To me, it would be wild to consider cutting Unctus outright in a deck that, like... Oh, they forgot to use the Ballista. It would be wild to cut Unctus outright in a deck that, like, can just easily combo with it. But I could definitely see playing, like, 3 or 2. Yeah, it was worth paying 2 to loot. I just had like clicked through too late. I misplayed. Creativity, yeah. There's a lot of, oh, we're up against Benito Day. I was gonna play Saga turn 1 against Benito Day. I definitely am too. I feel like I haven't played against Benito Day in a long time. Return to Power Cottage again soon. At some point, sure. Canister, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well. We're playing for 5-0 with Unctus and Modern. Unctus combo. Combos with double Fatestitcher. But also, like, Steelseeker just, like, gets to your deck, with Manufactor especially, gets to your deck quickly enough that, you don't always need the Unctus. First League of the day. Up against Benitone, who is pretty popular for playing, Living End. And the Living End versus Food matchup is always very interesting because you're able to, like, get a lot of your pieces in the graveyard really quickly. Yeah, being on the play, huge deal, of course. Riverwinder is very good in the matchup, being hexproof from Asmo. Winning game 1 is going to be a very big deal, and I think we're in position to likely or have a good chance to win. So we're going to start off, floating a mana, getting a cookbook. There's a really good chance we're casting an Asmo, getting a second cookbook, discarding the other Asmo for Living End. And that's several... Oh, no. I don't know. Menino is just so good at having it, y'all. What can you say? Just like the one of Boseiju. Completely destroying my game plan. Although Unctus is a reasonable pickup here. It's kind of painful... But Unctus is, like, loot advantage for Asmo next turn, and then will let me get an Asmo into the graveyard this turn. So if my opponent Living Ends, I have an Asmo and, I guess, also a Daredevil now. I feel like the games against Benito and are always so sick. Yeah, huge final boss energy. Very cool game so far. Life total is already kind of low, though. It was a big problem here. Alright, I think I have to pay life. Could go for the combo kill, right? So, Fatestitcher. Whatever comes tapped. The problem is I don't have a second loot, right? Oh, but I can cast Asmo. Yeah, we can go for the kill here. Doesn't seem like Benito has Violent Outburst either. I'm gonna say no to this to keep the... I should have done on the other one too, but I do want to fill the graveyard. So yeah, we're gonna prioritize filling the graveyard here. Oh, okay, great that Benito knows the combo. So what we do here is we unearth the second Fatestitcher, untap both Fatestitchers infinite times, discard Thassa's Oracle, draw Unearth, then untap a black source, unearth Thassa's Oracle. And so, like, that line is actually really vulnerable to Force of Negation, so it's possible we could have just, like, played around Force by just filling up the graveyard. That could have been a better line. Okay, we've got a couple graveyard hate cards to bring in. But your main plan is to kind of, like, fill up your own graveyard. So we also need Haywire Mites for possible ley lines. I think Benito actually favors ley lines. Hold on. I think he posted his list. All part of the game. Shout out to Benito old trophy rival. Yeah, Leyline of Sanctity and Leyline of the Void. Sanctity's not that good against me. Obviously, Leyline of the Void is really important. Let's get the Shadowspear. Trim Unearth. Actually, maybe cut all the Unearths since it's like... I mostly want my creatures to be in the graveyard. I don't really want to be unearthing them. Oh, I need some number of Unearth for combo, though. So 2, maybe. Then we can trim, like, an Unctus. And maybe, like, just play 2 Mites. Had a main land drop a card. Okay, that would work too. Didn't realize we had a land to play. Is turn 4 the fastest kill? No, because you have Unearth. So, like, in theory, I think you could technically win on turn 2. Because you could go, like, turn 1 Cookbook, discard Unctus, untap, Unearth Unctus, discard Fatestitcher, untap Cookbook. No, I think you probably land short, but yeah, I think turn 3 for sure. Could just like go to discard with this hand. I'm gonna mulligan. Gonna keep this, sneep this even. Put back the Asmo. Why so many Pithing Needles? I'm doing something that no modern player has ever done since Modern Horizons 2 released. I am like respecting Yawgmoth as a deck, and I'm like dedicating a couple of extra sideboard cards to Yawgmoth. I was going to cut 2 Unctus. Would it be 4 main deck Haywire Mite? I don't know. I don't think I would not main deck Haywire Mite. But I also am not ready to cut Unctus, so I'll let you know if I am. But there's also like, so like, I would really like to play Imri in the deck, but the problem is Imri is not 4 cards, Imri is like 10 cards. It's like 4 Imri, 4 Bobble, and then like Aether Spellbomb, Nihil Spellbomb make Imri a lot better. Game 1. I don't select this crypt, right? Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, all anti-tutor cards. The tutors also loves to play decks that nobody has sideboards against. That's why tutors win so much. Tutor's a great player. There's no best deck in Modern, but also it's Yawgmoth. Yeah, that's probably my philosophy. There's no best deck in Modern, but it is Yawgmoth. Don't understand the Fatestitcher Unctus combo. Double Fatestitcher Unctus gives you infinite draw, which lets you loot your entire library, putting Oracle in the graveyard, then you can unearth your Oracle by using the last Fatestitcher to untap a black source. Alright, Swamp Walk. I am just jumping here, though. In Dark Souls runs today, so I know maybe, but I want to. I'm currently learning a different route for the Dark Souls runs, and so I think that instead of streaming today, I'm gonna try to like have my notes taken to attempt the magic only route in between rounds of tomorrow's challenge. Is my goal to have that ready in time for tomorrow. Could have actually put Asmo into hand, cast As. Oh, no, I wouldn't have to discard. Never mind. I think we just cast this Fatestitcher. Deal. Funny. Ah, Benito Nay. Okay, we have lots of good draws here. Gonna Cookbook back Asmo this turn. Not dead. The Violent Outburst, I guess. We go to 8. Nina has 7. So sad to have this unused Tormod's Crypt. I feel like it was really good to play around Second Living End. My opponent having like 4 pieces of like relevant interaction is like so tough to play around. Menino nay. Man. Did bring in the ley lines. And the endurances. Alright, let's go. Maybe one Shadowspear? Maybe. I think you don't. Could play it over second Haywire Mite, since there's only 2 ley lines. But if both ley lines come down, it's over. I guess you shouldn't play around that, actually. There's only 2 ley lines. I think. Shadowspear against Living End definitely does come up. Not as much in this version, these kind of variants, though. But I'm actually kind of into it the more I think about it. What's the overlap between Food Shell and Unctus Fatestitcher plan? Fatestitcher untapping Cookbook is nuts. It's kind of the simple part of it. Also, like, this Unearth is a card you need to play in this shell. This is a shell that wants to play Unearth already with the Manufactor plan. You're in an artifact deck with Unctus. Unctus plus Ovalchase Daredevil is really nice when you're like looting with the Daredevil. Yeah, Shadowspear against Riverwinder. I don't think I've ever taken that line. There's maybe been times I should have taken the line, though. It's had a super soft delay line, so of course Menino will have it. We're going to keep. It's really good if there's no ley line. Oh, awesome. Didn't have it. Wild. I also always love playing against Menino Day. He plays so quick. Pretty cool to Living in plus Endurance, I suppose. I did tweak the audio, yeah. Glad that's coming through clear. I guess I'll... Sorry. So I can kill both of my guys in response to a Living End here. I don't know if I'm going to, though. And just lose to Endurance. But there's also, like, only... I think there's only 2 Endurances. To some extent, like, you just have to make them have it. Well, I don't think Menino has it if he's letting me untap. Well, that's a great draw. Let me just go to an attack. Is the stack empty? Anybody know? Fetching so that I can crack a clue if I need to discard another card to get my Daredevils back. Although I'm going to be leaving a Daredevil in the yard. But my main goal here is going to be to fill my graveyard so that I don't get blown up by Endurance. Currently not super full, but I've got 3 more triggers here. I think I'm actually saying no to all of the Daredevil triggers. Funny matchup, huh? I actually I only found the Fatestitcher and the Thoracle as creatures. Well, we got to untap. Why did we get to untap? I don't know. I'm gonna attack. That'd be cheating evil. We were 21 months. Why not the Daredevil? So it can come back and have a bigger board state against the possible living end. Could have digged for Unctus maybe. I was kind of thinking, yeah, no, I think this is better to like just bait the Violent Outburst. So we're to always no to a Daredevil. So let's go hold control, say no to putting it on the graveyard, then respawn, sack a clue token. Steelseeker is so busted. I always know is way easier than always yes, though, because it's not a new object. That's actually really funny. I didn't realize that. Absolute Waiting has Endurance. Yeah, but I can kill my own board if Meninone has Endurance. I can also, like, potentially kill my opponent. Or combo off, forcing... You know, I have a lot of options here. Maybe still losing. Alright, I forgot I still had another cookbook. That's okay. Waker of Waves! No Violent Outburst plus Endurance is so big. Yeah, we solved a new run. I liked it. Definite modern potential card. This deck is really sick. It's kind of frying my brain a little bit. Gotta be correct to keep that, right? So it's 5. Maybe not. I guess I could dig for Unearth also. Which is like much less treasure intensive. I guess also not guaranteed to find it. Now I have to tap this cookbook. Yeah, maybe better to keep it because I would have gotten. I think I could have even untapped the other cookbook again with the other Stitcher. Triggered 9 times. Okay, let's keep that. So say no, and then response to Steelseeker trigger. Sack a clue. Keep that, of course. So I still have a Fatestitcher, I have a cookbook on top. Let me go ahead and draw that, the 4th cookbook before I cast the Crypt for Steelseeker. Alright, GG, says Meninone. 5-0 first league. It's a long, almost 3-hour league, though. I'm really glad we made those changes right before the start of the stream. Yeah, I think this deck is really sick. I've been working on Unctus combo for like nearly a month, trying very, very hard to tune it because I felt like there was a lot of potential here. Open with Finale. I felt like there's a lot of potential here, and I was just really letting this one cook. Really letting this one cook, and I think it's come together in a really, really nice way. What are the changes? Yeah, and despite me being very happy with this first draft, what were the changes from this morning? There's just a couple of different. I realized I didn't. What the hell? I realized I didn't need the Mox Ambers. Just got shushed by Esther. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, I didn't need the Mox Ambers, so I ended up adding the Shadow.